Hey Tech Ben, slowly coming back at you from WHub Startup Impact Summit here on Start Me Up HK Day 5. I'm joined by the lovely Alisha Wong, who we happen to go way back here, and well before our time as Client Success Manager at Vanna. But how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's towards the end of the day, so I'm a little bit tired. I'm sorry if I'm not at 100%, but we'll power through. This is a Friday. We're going to be drinking tonight.
No, it's time to go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about Vanna, what you guys are doing here within the Hong Kong ecosystem.
Yeah, sure. So we're trying to disrupt the way that companies see recruitment and hiring. So we find that in today's day and age, right, we're all about photos and videos, and there's if you look at websites, everything is very visual now, right? And we find that recruitment platforms, at least the traditional ones, haven't really kept up. So the popular traditional job recruitment platforms in Hong Kong, for example, like JobCB, they're very text-based. And so our product is very visual. So as you can see here, this is an example page. So we use photos and videos, and we create that for companies.
Right.
And then we use that to showcase their employer brand. So we're really big on employer branding and trying to showcase companies and humanize them. So it's not just about, this is a company, this is just a wall of text, this is what we do.
Right.
It's quite boring. We're trying to really kind of make it more fun, more exciting.
Yeah.
And through the company's culture, the work benefits, the cool offices, or whatever they want to showcase, we want to get candidates excited about the job they apply for, and then actually consider if there will be a culture fit for that company.
Right.
So we find culture fit to be really important for companies. If you join a company that you find that you're not really a great match, you're not a great culture fit, you tend to leave the company and look for opportunities elsewhere.
Turnover is expensive for companies as well.
Exactly. So we're trying to help companies save money in the long run by preventing that from happening and actually matching, having a good culture fit, so there's less attrition and stuff like that. So
No, so I think especially young people, when they're looking at jobs today, whether in the tech space or elsewhere, right, they don't just want something that's got a good salary, right, but the benefits that they're looking for really go beyond. They want to be in a place where they feel like they're making an impact, where they can feel engaged, or they feel like part of the mission.
So it's we focus on the company real values, so it's not just corporate pages where you kind of read it and you're like, okay, we want to focus on things that are important. So these companies can pay you a good salary, but we find that candidates they're kind of more like consumers now. You're shopping around for jobs, so there's so many companies out there, there's so many opportunities, so what we focus on, so other than salary, it's some companies want to focus on they provide professional development, learning opportunities. They may provide unlimited leave as well, or flexible working hours, remote working. We find that slowly Hong Kong is shifting more towards that culture, and you'll find that on our platform. Traditional Hong Kong companies, you'd think that very traditional and they don't really care about this stuff, but no, we have huge Hong Kong corporates on our platform. So for example, we have Town Gas, we have Asia Miles, we have AS Watson, and we also have the big unicorns like Deliveroo, Lala Move. So we have a range of companies on our platform, and so we're trying to really change that market in Hong Kong, that we're trying to disrupt that process.
So the last time we caught up was in Tokyo when you were living there, and but we met in London. So sort of having seen the world, right? And you've been here in Hong Kong. What are some of the similarities? What's different? Well, what do you feel is special about Hong Kong?
In the what specifically?
Within the recruiting world, just within the place, what's the workplace culture like?
I've actually, so when I finished at uni, I didn't actually work there. I went straight to Tokyo for a scholarship, and I both studied Japanese and I worked there. So I've only worked in Tokyo, but obviously, being raised in the UK, and I kind of and also I have loads of friends and my family work in the UK, so I kind of have an understanding of what the UK working culture is like. So I can't talk about it from a personal experience, but I can talk about the UK culture from like, you know, having grown up there. So comparing that to Japan and Hong Kong, it's very different. So I feel like the West in general is very ahead in terms of like work-life balance. You know, you have the big tech giants leading the way in like, you know,
like unlimited holidays, you know.
Yeah, so Facebook, Google, these big like Silicon Valley like tech giants, that, you know, they're the leaders in making cool office spaces, you know, free food, like 3 meals a day, and that sounds like really amazing, but honestly, like the thought process for the companies behind this is that if you have happy employees, you have better employees, right? Yes, and they will work harder. They will, if all 3 of their meals are provided in the office,
they'll never leave.
They'll never leave. So, you know, that is the secret. But no, it's great that they want to have, and they don't want to make work miserable, and I think that's really important. And so I find that the UK is more, you know, flexible working or remote working is a little bit, well, it's more of a common concept, right? Yeah. I feel like at least in Japan, not so much. In Hong Kong, it's shifting. Yeah. I worked in Japan only for 5 months. I was in a big corporate. I worked for Shiseido for a bit, which is a luxury cosmetic business. Yeah. And it's still very, I have to say, Asian, rigid. That was my experience. So, you know, fairly strict office hours. Yeah. Or even if they promoted like, oh yeah, you know, flexible working, no one dared to work.
That's really the culture there. Really the culture there.
Yeah,
right?
The culture's completely different. But I find that I've never worked corporate in Hong Kong, but from my friends who do work, it's a mix. Yeah. You know, they do have flexible working. And, you know, working remotely, but I feel like the startup cultures, obviously, I mean, most startup cultures adopt that, like flexibility and stuff.
So I guess that's something that you are sort of helping people to highlight at Vanna then, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, the challenge in Hong Kong, and we find that if we can like ace this in Hong Kong, there's going to be a breeze anywhere else. But the challenge in Hong Kong is trying to persuade companies that this is the way forward, that this is, you know, people who've used traditional job platforms for so long. Oh, we've disappeared. They've used traditional job platforms for so long that they don't really know any different. Right. And we're trying to persuade the mindset of HR because, you know, it can be quite traditional. So that's it. That is very challenging, and obviously, that on top of being a startup, you know, it's a hustle, and you know, it really is a hustle trying to get your name out. So, but you know, like I said, we've got big names on our platform, so it's really exciting, and this year is going to be pretty big for us. So a lot of things in the pipeline in terms of even product, and you know, a lot of stuff happening. So
cool. Yeah, big challenge, but a big chance to really change the world for the better. It sounds like. Cool. Well, thank you so much for making time to chat with us here today. And if people want to hear more about Vanna, I guess they should go to vanna.com.
Yes, vanna.com, vanna.com. And check us out. Have a look on our platform, see what jobs there are, and just, you can, I mean, I tell people who ask, you know, how we're different to other platforms, I just say, all you need to do is go on our website, and you'll see how we're different. Yeah. The product speaks for itself.
All right, excellent. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, so more videos coming at you from Start Me Up HK Festival and today's Startup Impact Summit.